Good morning, guys. I was going to go ahead and do this demo I have been promising you guys, but like everything else with this promotion, we had a mishap that happened last night when we did it, so we're going to do it again today. Russell has already double cleansed. We've already double cleansed his face, so we used a lotion-based cleanser, a foaming cleanser by Circadia. And now I'm just going to go ahead and start the process. Now, I want to go ahead and show you, this is the Nuface Prep and Glow wipe. So if I'm doing these and I'm doing demos, these are great to use. They're individually packaged wipes. One side is going to have a, it's almost like a baby wipe, and the other side is textured. So it's great for exfoliation. So I'm going to go ahead and just use this. I know we've cleansed, but I want to go ahead and just do this again. This is Russell, by the way, y'all. He's going to be our model today for me. Say
hello,
hi.
Hello, everyone.
So we've got the first side kind of wiped and cleansed. We're going to go back over and do an exfoliant just to make sure we've got everything off that skin. All right. So the first thing I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna start off with using the stem cell serum. Some of you guys, because of some of the issues you had, will be receiving a stem cell serum, peptide serum, vitamin C, and then this is just a great one to use. It's my very favorite. It's a water-based serum, so anything that you use, if you're not using one of our serums, you're gonna wanna use a water-based serum because the oils will block the current. So you definitely want to use a water-based serum. So the stem cell, like I said, is just one of my favorites. It works really nicely. And I'm going to go ahead and put that on the whole entire face. So if you're not going to penetrate a serum, which is fine, then you'll just go right into using the conductor gel and start lifting. But I always feel like you get a lot more if you penetrate the serums in. Now, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know if you're starting off watching this video, it's going to be about a 30-minute video. So if you don't have time for training, just grab a pad and maybe take notes, stop it. If you have a good 30 minutes to watch it, then that's great too. But you definitely may want to take some notes during the video. I'm also going to double layer it with our copper serum. So we have a copper serum. Copper is blue, so that's why our serum is blue. It's definitely making it come around again, copper, was big in the 80s, and now it's big again. Great with collagen and elasticity. The only thing is you can't use it with vitamin C. So if you're going to layer this one, you just don't want to use it with a vitamin C serum. They kind of cancel each other out. So you're just wasting product. So now that the skin is prepped, I'm going to go ahead and get everything ready for the treatment. Lift up a little. There we go. Now, I'm going to use the same gel that most of you guys are going to be getting in the 208 package, just so you can see. So obviously you can't use this if you're at the locations because it's against standards to keep you reapplying brushes. So this is definitely for personal use, for retail use. Back bar comes in a bigger pump. It's a 16-ounce pump that you would pump. I pump it on the back of my hand and use a fan brush to apply because you definitely just want to apply the gel where you're going to be lifting. So this one, it's a little tricky. You're going to open it up, okay, and just open it up. It just slides real easy. And then you're just going to squeeze the gel out. So a lot of people can't figure that out. That's like the hardest part of the gel tube is to figure that out. Now, with men, I always add a little extra gel than I do even with the ladies because they have facial hair. The facial hair and any hair on the body will definitely pick up the microcurrent and it'll give it a little bit of a tingle. So you want to be really liberal when you are doing the gel around hairlines and stuff like that, okay? So over here on the side of Russell's face, I'm going to go ahead and get around that hairline really, really good. And you can see it's kind of, I've got plenty of gel on there. When you get the machine at first, it's going to be on the first little power, which is the smallest of the microamps. You're going to want to turn it all the way up. So it's going to be all lit blue. To start the current, this is your facial trainer. So this is the one that has the 2 spheres. They're not balls, they're spheres. I always like to say, let's get that slang out of there. So they're definitely not balls, they're spheres. So the big one is like when you're painting a wall and you use the roller brush and you paint the large area. That's what this sphere is going to do. The L, if some of you got the 208 package, the L will be like your precision work. So it will actually do the door frame around the baseboards. It's your precision work, okay? So we're going to listen for these beeps and we'll start. And we're just going to pull up. Now, we're going to be really gentle when we pull. We don't want to bruise the skin. We don't want to put a lot of pressure. The machine's going to do it for us. Okay? So you definitely don't have to apply a lot of pressure. When we glide, we just glide until we hear the beep, and then we move it again. With the basic protocol, which is what I'm doing right now, it's just 3 glides 3 times. And that's for the 5-minute protocol. So it goes really quickly. It's not, it doesn't take a lot of time for sure. We're going to do some advanced holds here in a second. So we're going to finish up our 3rd glide. Russell, you feeling anything?
A little tingle.
A little tingle?
Not much though.
Okay. Most people won't feel a lot. Now, what I want to do is I want to show you how to do an advanced hold. So we have this neck jawline, and when a lot of people come in, that's a problem they have. They're like, I just want to get rid of this neck, this jowls. So you're going to put it at an angle, and you're going to make sure both of the spheres are touching the skin. If one of the spheres are not touching the skin, it's broke the connection, so you're not going to be getting the microcurrent. You're going to let it beep twice when you're doing holds. So you glide just until you hear the beep. When you hold twice or 2 times. And just move down that jawline. And this is one of the areas that, like, when you do their face, you can definitely see a lot of contouring. So you want to make sure that you really get the jowls good if that's definitely something that they have a concern about. And we're going to move it right down. Also, I want to talk about photo ops and how you can do that. When you start their procedure, you want to get a before and before, middle, and then after picture, okay? So that you can post it. I mean, this is the way to sell the service when people see the difference it's made on clients. I have before and afters. I can give you those. Just email me if you want those. But it's better when a client sees you. I've got to give major photo ops to Nikki and Heather. Nikki had posted some in one of the threads and did some before and afters, and she did an awesome job even before watching the protocol. She just did it herself. She's like, I got this. She did a great job. So thank you, Nikki, for posting that with the group. Also, Heather had been using it, and she did a week's picture. So she had started at the beginning and a week into it, and it's amazing the results. She's had amazing results. So like I said, if you want to sell the service, take a before picture, a middle picture, and then an after picture. All right, we're going to start on the forehead. We're just going to lift up. And the forehead is where they'll feel it a little bit more. See, they'll definitely feel it. Russell, around this hairline, about what, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you feel?
Maybe a 2.
Okay.
With that.
Now, the good thing about the forehead is you will see immediately the redness and the blood coming We love that circulation. That is perfect. So, and that's exactly what it needs to be doing. So microcurrent does what? It advances all of the ATP production. So it increases the ATP production and it's mimicking our body's natural current. So we want to see this bit of redness come to the surface of the skin. It lets us know, hey, I'm in there. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Now, as I'm doing these treatments, I want you guys to know that you guys can ask any questions in the thread, and I'll be glad to answer. I'm going to do an advanced hold, just holding it here in 4 different sections of his forehead, holding it 2 beeps. But definitely, no questions, dumb. Definitely put them in the comment section so we can answer them and get them done for you guys. And what we're doing here when we do the hold is just going to help with those deeper lines and wrinkles, these expression lines on the forehead. If you don't want to do Botox yet, just work out with your Nuface, and you'll have your fitness for your face. I always tell people this is your fitness, and then you need good nutrition. So all of the skincare that you have that will go with it, it will be great. But you want to make sure they're using a good skincare. If they're using something they bought at CVS or Target, they're not going to get the results. So you definitely want to have them buying in. It also sells retail for you guys, a good skincare. So now I'm not going to reapply the gel. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use our Optimizing Mist. It's a hyaluronic aloe and flower based mist. I'm just going to re-moisten the end of my brush and just add a little bit of moisture where I'm going to do the lift for the L. Just so I have plenty of glide. And we're working around that eye area, so we want to be careful. So I'm going to start off and show you guys the easier way to do it if you're working around the eye area, if you're a little nervous. Some people, that tends to be the area that they're most scared about, is working around that eye area. So I'm going to do the eye area this way first, and then I'll show you a little more advanced way to do it. So you're just going to hold them both this way and pull out. Now, this is great for allergy season, for all that fluid that's under the eye. It's phenomenal. And like you can see, like I was saying before, you just want to move the skin between the 2 spheres. Like, you definitely don't want to press hard or anything like that because you don't want to bruise the skin. Oops, am I sorry? Messing your nose up? Oh. Okay, so now I'm going to do it a little bit different. So you can hold it like this or like this, whichever way is more convenient for you or more comfortable. And then this is the more, a little more harder of a hold. So you're going to put it here and you're going to glide around that eye area. So this is going to be much more precision. So if you feel comfortable doing it this way, I would suggest do it this way. And you can get like all the way under the eye area there as well. I'm going to work on right here on the side. I'm going to work on Russell's crow's feet, because this is one of his bigger things that he has the issue with. So I'm going to work on those. And then we're going to work on the brow area. So the first thing we're going to do with the brow is we're going to hold. So we're going to take this and lift up and hold. If a lady had like excess skin on her lid, or it's like a little bit saggy, you can always run this, and I'll show you in a second how to do that. You can always run this across that lid. So if Russell was a lady, close your eyes. If Russell was a lady and he had a saggy lid, you can actually take this and just very easily run it across that lid just like that. Does it feel weird, Russell?
Mm-hmm.
It does? So it is a definite feeling, but it's definitely great for those women that have crepey lids. Oops, did you want to hold there? I better do two. You'll have a half lifted brow. Okay, now that we're done with the eye, I'm just going to massage this in. Now we're going to get down here and we're going to work on this deep expression line here. So I'm going to hold it at the nasal crevice and just hold for 2 beeps. Like I said, the holding is going to definitely help with the deeper set. The glide's a much quicker way to work out the muscle. Okay, now we're going to kind of help the skin a little bit. We're going to manipulate this area in here. And we're just going to use some glides through here to kind of help with this line. It'll just kind of help soften it. If this is one of their problem areas, it's great. So we're going to start on the lips now. We're going to do a 2 hold count on there as well. The lips is also another area you have to be really careful with. You missed the video last night because it didn't record properly, but I got Russell's lip last night. How did that feel?
Tingly.
It was tingly, that's right. So the lips are also like the hair. It's a little more tingly if you get that. Now, if Russell was a smoker, which he never has been, he may have some fine lines around the mouth area. So you can also take this and just glide out and up. And then again, if there was any issues on the bottom, you could also get a little more concentrated on that. Now, I'm going to take this. We're going to do a half up, halfway through. I'm massaging any extra gel that we have. His face soaked it right in, so we don't have a lot of extra gel. So I'm going to sit him up, and we're going to look at the difference in the 2 sides right now. So if I'm looking at it, I do this all the time. I see that the brow is lifted here. I see this expression line. Russell, can you bring it in a little bit closer? There you go. The expression line is a lot softer here than here. If you look at him from this way, the jowl line is very defined here. The lines up here are a lot softer. And then the eye area always, I love the eye area because it really gets it well. It takes a lot of that fluid out and that crepiness, all of that as well. So this is a halfway point. So if I was doing this and I want to take pictures for the business, then I would do a half and half. Now, so we'll go ahead and put you back again. Okay. So we'll go ahead and we'll start the second side. While I start the second side, what I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys is some questions that are normally asked. We'll go over some pricing and some things like that. So I got my gel. Now, some people are going to pull and lift a lot better than others, which is great. And those are the ones that you mainly want to get. I mean, you could get everybody's, but it definitely will show over time, especially like you saw Heather's before and after. She's put it on I think she started a new post actually, and her before and afters were, like I said, they were phenomenal. So it definitely will show you, if you've done it and you progress. I've used it, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It's great to take those pictures because that's what's going to sell the service for you guys. Now, the couple of the questions that get asked are this. People are going to ask you about Botox. Well, can I use it with Botox? Yes, you can. So one of my biggest accounts is here in Charlotte. They sell about 24 a month, and they sell them like this. I think it's pretty brilliant. So with the Botox, they can do it right before Botox injections, okay? Or you have to wait 14 days, okay? So what they do is usually have the nurse injector, or they have the esthetician is there in the med spa, do the lift just on the forehead before Botox injections, okay? So when they leave, it's going to be amazing because they're going to see that, that lift is just phenomenal. So it looks just amazing when they leave with Botox. So like I said, with Botox, we're going to wait 14 days after if they haven't had it done the day of. Now, fillers. Fillers is a whole different ballgame. So, of course, it's medical grade hyaluronic. We're injecting it in to plump and fill those deep set lines. Those you can use right away. So, with the fillers, sometimes that medical grade hyaluronic will bead up and bubble up under the skin. And so you can use the device right after to massage all that in, which is fabulous. And that, again, is what they do. After they do fillers, they'll have her go back in and do the microcurrent just around where the fillers were injected. And it just smooths all that out, massages it in. So it's a great thing. But everybody always asks about fillers and Botox. They always say, well, how does that work? So it definitely doesn't hurt the business. They can definitely do it with Botox. I always say it's like actually having their cake and eating it too. So let's go over contraindications while we're doing this as well, since y'all have seen the other side. I've kind of explained through the other side. Contraindications are these. So anyone that is epileptic or prone to seizures, okay? Pregnancy is a big one. Under the age of 18, a implanted device such as a defibrillator, pacemaker, something of that nature. Bless you. Bless you.
Excuse me.
No problem.
Sorry.
No problem. So defibrillator, pacemaker. Now, I'm a diabetic. I wear an insulin pump. It's a detachable device. I've checked with the endocrinologist. It is completely safe. They're talking about implanted devices. Also, what other ones are there? Active cancers, and then recent facial surgeries. So those are going to be your contraindications for microcurrent. Now, if some of you didn't get the L and y'all chose the LED, or y'all got 2 packages and got 1 L and 1 LED, the LED, the only difference with that is that it is going to have thyroid issues. So you would want to stay away from the thyroid with red light therapy. And then with that one, you're also going to have sensitivity to light. And of course seizure and stuff like that, because the light does kind of go nuts. So we'll show you the light in a little bit. Now, since I've done both sides of the forehead, I'm going to now work kind of these 11s in here. Really work on those. And I hope everybody, the ones of you guys that have gotten your device and haven't had as much trouble, have got a chance to play with this and really got a couple models that they could use this on. Because once you get comfortable with this, it's just second nature. It's not a hard treatment to do at all. It's actually very good. I always say it's our missing link in skincare, because it's definitely the thing that kind of helps that muscle out so much. Followed by good skincare, of course. And there's a lot of great brands out there. My favorite, of course, is Circadia. But you can use any of them that are out there. I'm going to help those 11s. I'm going to go at a different angle here and just hold for a couple counts. Now, these are the more advanced holds, ladies, so just know that as well. That'll really soften that up as well. Perfect. So let's talk about price as I switch out and we start doing the L treatment. We will kind of go over pricing. So pricing, it can be done differently depending on where you are. I like it as an add-on because I'm really big on customized facials. So I think it's great as an add-on from anywhere from $15 to $55 is kind of industry standard. You know, and some people say, well, Brady, I can't do $55. That's what my total facial is. So you just have to do it based on the area that you're in. So and I'm going to do it exactly like I did the last time just so that we can match up as close as we can on both sides. And then I'll switch. So 15 to 55. It's a great add-on to any anti-aging facial. And it would be done first in the treatment. Like if you're going to do microneedling or the Regenerate or something like that towards the end, it's going to be done the first treatment in protocol. And as estheticians, we love to get multiple treatments in with one facial as much as we can do to their skin in one. So this is a great way to do that. But microcurrent is definitely something that's great. Lasting effects, people always ask me about that. So right now we're fatiguing the muscle. Throughout the day as we go along, it will replenish, it'll hydrate again, and then it'll start holding that shape. So with that being said, it is going to look the best 4 to 6 hours after. So if you're doing a bridal makeup and you're going to do microcurrent, it will be great for her pictures in the afternoon. It really will look beautiful for that. How long is it going to last if they've had the single treatment done in that day? It's going to last about 72 hours. It's like a Cinderella effect. If they're not using it daily, they're not going to get. It's like going to the gym once, every couple of weeks and expecting big results. It's going to make you feel kind of sore after the first couple of days, and then it's going to kind of resort back to what we were before. So if you're going to sell them for retail, which I think is a great opportunity to make some extra cash, then you would definitely want them using it 5 minutes a day, 5 days a week for 60 days, for the first 60 days. Once they've got to 60 days, the muscles kind of created a habit. It knows to hold shape, and they can back off and use it 2 to 3 times a week for maintenance. And people say, well, do you have to keep using it? And then my question to them is, well, do you keep going to the gym? Do you keep walking, or do you just stop? You have to keep using it just like anything else for healthiness. Okay. But the Pro Machine's great because it's just in our industry, our division. So it's great for us to be able to use that because no one else can sell that. So if you're competing with Sephora and Ulta around you, they don't have the Pro Device and they can't sell the Pro Device. So it's great for us as estheticians to be able to sell the Pro Device. All right, so I have to tell you guys something now that we're kind of getting done with all this and we're starting to be at the end of the facial here. I wanted to let you guys know that the big spring event's going on. I hope you guys are getting some amazing deals out there because there are some. I think there's even some stuff that like I want to get. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is why I shouldn't be on the shopping stuff because I will shop. What I was going to tell you guys about is there is one tea company on there called the Tea Bar Company. It's making its debut on the EC. and it is Russell and my tea company. And so we are really thankful because this event has went so crazy that we have control of that one, and we would love to be able to let you try our tea. So there's a special deal on there about our tea. We also have the other lines that Russell represents is Circadia and Regenerate and Nuface, New Lash, excuse me. And they're all on there with great deals as well. So check out some of those deals. But we would love your support with the tea company because we're really getting it kicked in to the spa industry. So we're super excited about that. For the opportunity to do that. So it's great to serve back bar or serve to your clients. You can even retail it. So it's definitely a cool little way to make some extra cash and have some amazing tea to offer the clients. So if you've already ordered with us, there's been quite a few that have. Your tea is already on the way to you. So I can't wait to get some feedback on how you guys like it. So let us know. All right, now we're going to do our final holds for the lip. And then we'll see what Russell's finished product looks like. Have I got your look? Okay. And like I said, any questions, please just put them in the thread because that is definitely going to be the best way for me to answer them. And I'm sure that there may be someone else that has that question. She may just not want to ask it. Or so definitely if you have any questions, put it in the thread. And I would be happy to answer it for you. And like I said, it's truly a very, very, very easy treatment. And like I said, once you get it down and you get used to it, it's so simple. Now, I'm going to show you real guys, like really quickly, because I'm over time. I told you 30 minutes and I'm already over time a little bit. I'm going to show you the red light if you got the LED. So the LED, it goes on very easily, just like this. When you turn it on, and this is the sensitivity to light that people see, it's going to come on to let you know it's on, and then it's going to go off. So it will not turn on again until you touch it to the skin. So if I was going to do this on Russell's skin, then I could just do this. Now, with the LED treatment, it gives you a 21-minute treatment, which we're not going to do. You can read about it in the book. It breaks the face into 7 parts, and you just hold the LED. So as you can see, like the red light blinking, if you had a sensitivity to light, you could see where that would really agitate someone that has that sensitivity. So that's why they wouldn't want to do